Good morning, everybody, from beautiful Brisbane, Australia. My name's Linda, and we're here today to look through some effective strategies or effective things we can do for self-care while we're going through healing from trauma. Okay? Welcome, everyone, to a beautiful Friday. And if you're here for the replay, let's do a hashtag replay. And if you're here, please feel welcome to comment below, whatever you need to, comment later, and I'm always happy to help answer questions. Alright, so we're going to do our first Effective Friday today because we're online, and we're going to do 11 tips for self-care because often we're too busy thinking of everybody else to sit down and plan out what we need to do for ourselves for some self-care, and we do. It's like being on the aeroplane when the hostess says, you know, if you've got a child with you, you've got to put your own face mask on first. Well, that's why we do self-care, is so that we can have some time out and rebuild our fuel tank so that we can go back and do what we've got to do for the rest of the week. It's a good idea to have some time off on the weekend from doing all your personal development and let your brain know it's okay to just rest, okay? It doesn't have to be on hypervigilance all the time. Okay, if you can meditate daily, that's good. Even if you wake up in the morning and do 5 minutes consistently of meditation, then that will help you get focused for the day too. So however or whatever you want to do it, it's the practice in and of itself of being in this moment and consciously breathing slowly that will help begin to change your internal systems as well. Okay, put on some music you love and sing or dance like nobody's watching. And if it's raining, go dance in the rain. Okay, it's a good thing to do. That's pretty spontaneous. And look, this is a good thing to do if you've got kids and they're driving you nuts. Put on some good music and dance away because it gets all the niggly bits out of them too, uses some energy up, gets them happy. I've done this with my kids when they were younger and look, it just changes the whole atmosphere. So whilst it's not you doing something on your own, it's you doing something effective, that can change the whole dynamic of the atmosphere around you as well. Buy yourself some flowers or a treat. Just enjoy it, you know. And if you do flowers, you look at them all week and know that you're caring about you, and that's important. So make some art, journal, create. And look, I used to be one of those people that went, I haven't got a creative bone in my body, honestly. And I used to do bookwork as my job. And yeah, there wasn't very much creative about that. It's pretty structured. But as you can see from the graphics that I do, it's possible to go and do something artistic and creative online these days, okay? And even if you get into Pinterest, look, I never knew or understood what the addiction was with Pinterest. But I tell you, once you start and you look at all the graphics and you get in there and you start making different categories and that, oh, it's so much fun. Like, yeah, it's going down the rabbit hole. You lose time. But it does. It makes you feel good looking at all the different things around the world too. And look, it's amazing too because you get on there and you see things from other cultures and how creative they are, and oh, look, I just get inspired by it. And that's what you want to do. When you do self-care, you want to be inspired too. It helps you get different ideas how to change things up during your day. Okay, get a manicure or a pedicure. Personally, I can't stand having this done, but I know billions of women around the world and men too. Okay, I don't have the statistics, but massive amounts of men spend massive amounts of money on product, okay? So, and then women just happen to spend more. It's good, okay? So go and do something that makes you feel good. Personally, yeah, I can't stand being touched, but that's just part of being on the spectrum too. I'm very sensitive, and having somebody else understand that you don't have to touch me very hard for it to be effective is challenging. They just don't get it. And that's okay because they haven't experienced that. So go and do something that makes you feel good. Go and get somebody to give you a face mask. Or, like my daughter and I plan to do, we're going to have some fun and do face masks together. And I recently saw too, you can get like $5 face masks from Kmart these days. So nothing has to be expensive. Take an aromatherapy bath. Oh, isn't that just the best? Especially if you have lavender in there, or lavender bath bombs or anything like that. It's just beautiful and so relaxing. The last house we lived in, we had a massive bathtub, and I tell you, it was the best thing to relax the muscles. And the good thing is, when you relax your muscles, you get more oxygen into your body and it feels so good. All right, hands up for the bath this weekend. Have a cuppa and do nothing else. Oh, when we used to visit my father-in-law's home, it was in the country, and it was just so beautiful to sit on the veranda and listen to the birds. We actually have a lot of birds here, and I could do the same. So it's possible. I'd rather go down to the water here. We're close to the water. Are you close to the water? I love sitting by the water. Listen to or read uplifting books. I've got to tell you, audiobooks, the bomb. People are using them because they can still do their housework, their work, or whatever they've got to do, taking the kids to soccer. And they can still listen to the audiobook, whatever they're doing. It's good. And also podcasts. Get in and listen to some podcasts. They're very motivating, okay? And all you need to do is Google best podcast for and put whatever subject you're really interested in. And I have a friend, and he's right into learning about the gut and the health and everything that goes with it. And there are a gazillion podcasts about it. And he has learnt so much. That's his passion, what he's interested in. Play with your kids. Make some time. Play with them. They love the time that you spend with your kids is priceless. Okay, I can guarantee it creates memories, and it's touch points that you get to draw on when things aren't too, going 100% well. And they will always remember the time you spent with them. And go to a concert or the movies. Look, I can't tell you enough. It's great fun going to the movies with my kids. They're adults. But we make a date, go for a movie date, whether it's the whole lot of us or just one-on-one, me with one of them. It's fun. You enjoy it. And again, you're creating memories. It's always good to look back on. But essentially, make time for you. If you don't carve out that time, you will continue to keep going through the same routine. So while there is a whole bunch of suggestions, pick one. Just one, and time slot it in this weekend. Now your goal is, if it doesn't happen, that's okay, you can reslot it. But your goal is, having come through trauma, is to recognize if it doesn't happen, why didn't it happen? What stopped me from happening? What stopped me from being involved in it happening? Because when you do that, the awareness you gain from it, that's priceless. Because then you become conscious of what you need to work on to make sure that you do get some self-care. Have the most beautiful, beautiful weekend wherever you are in this gorgeous world. I love you all, and thanks for the wonderful feedback this week. We will be doing more work. We've asked questions around the void, so I will be giving you some information around that. And if at any time you want more information about what's happening for you, feel free to comment below, and I will look up research and give you some practical tips about how to go about overcoming whatever's happening in your day-to-day life. Okay, bye for now, and thanks for watching.